Heidi and Frank show. We have Dr. Sadie in with us. Dr. Sadie has released her book in January, The Mystery of the Undercover Clitoris. She's also currently the owner and founder of TickleKitty.com, where you can go and get toys or pleasure devices, because the month of May is National Self-Pleasure Month. Who knew?
Start celebrating.
Yeah, I'm going to celebrate. I celebrated during the break twice.
You're going to think of Dr. Sadie. I know you.
Well, Dr. Sadie is my type, isn't she?
Without a doubt.
Yeah, she kind of looks like my lady, doesn't she?
Really?
Yeah,
Yes,
you really
for sure.
kind of do. It's kind of weird. Am I your type? Do I look like your guy?
I think you're handsome. Very handsome.
Thank you.
Kinda,
But you got a guy in your life, right?
I do.
All right.
Very
How
lovely
long?
man. 3 years.
3 years. So why did you finally, to have like such a sexual, I guess, knowledge and education that you would decide to settle down with one guy?
Well, everybody wants love and intimacy and connection, and
he doesn't understand what that is.
Yeah.
All the fun stuff was, high school and college, and after that, and so I was ready to settle down.
Hi, Dr. Sadie.
Hi, Susan. Good morning.
I had a question. I am in a relationship of about a year. My boyfriend is myself and he are both very into the fitness world and work out a lot, and he recently got an injury.
Ooh, well, tell us about the injury.
Yeah.
He actually got a hernia from working out.
Okay, and is he still healing?
Yeah, he's still healing, and he's recently been allowed to be back in the gym, so he's taking it easy.
Well, settle down. He had a hernia surgery, and you're like, his sex drive's completely. He's got stitches.
And he's probably on pain medication, which might also affect your sex drive. I don't know.
Yeah, and also there's a mental aspect too, because men are mental as well, and he's probably hurt emotionally that he can't do what he used to do. So I'd say give him some time, and there's other things that you can do, like maybe do some role playing and dress up for him, and do a saucy dance for him, and do other things.
You're the nurse, and you're coming to check on his suture.
You need a
There you
bed bath.
go, Heidi.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah,
like
you
I'm
can
out of
bathe
sponges.
him.
Do fun stuff.
Do some nurturing things and give him the visuals that men love. Men love visuals. You can put in some erotic entertainment on the TV. Mm-hmm. You can probably play with your hands, if you will.
But be easy. Go easy. All right, Susan?
Don't pop a stitch.
You sound like a Hellcat.
Be patient with him and just be supportive.
Thank you, Susan.
Thank you so much.
Let's go to Chris, as his girlfriend is having abdominal pains after sex. Chris on line one.
Hi, Dr. Susan. How are you, Frank?
Hey, Chris.
So your girlfriend's having abdominal pains after sex?
Yeah, right after sex, she has like this pain in her abdominal, and then she just gets really hurt, and she just has to lay down for maybe 20 minutes.
Wow. Okay, so first question is, are you well endowed?
Average, maybe 8 inches.
That's
average.
Average.
I haven't been with a penis in a while, but average 8 inches. Good gravy.
3.5 to 5 is average when you're full blown.
Hey, I'm almost a C student.
Okay, so if you are that big, then that could be the issue, because a woman's body isn't necessarily that long inside.
I heard, though,
the canal.
that sometimes
you don't need that much.
The vaginal canal can vary in size, too, so a woman could be internally hung. Is that true?
I haven't heard it that way, but yes. Yeah, it's very elastic. It engorges with blood, arousal, blood
And there's
flow.
some women who have very, very tiny ones.
I've been told from my gynecologist that I'm very.
What is this, the bragger line? We got Chris on line one. Heidi's like, I'm shallow.
No,
He's 8 inches in
Chris
average.
and I would not be a match because I have a very shallow, and I think I made dog leg right. I'm not sure, but we were using a toy one day, and
the clubhouse.
and it hit
Your cervix, yeah.
and my whole right side of my face started to tingle, and I was like, oh my god, I was like,
Wow.
what is happening? So I'm very shallow, so I don't need a lot.
Or maybe you need to change the batteries. Maybe it's just a
Yeah,
short
that's what it was,
circuit.
yeah.
I don't know.
But yeah, you could be too long for her, basically. So my first piece of recommendation would be to slow down in that area and not go so far.
Hitting the cervix is not good.
Yeah, it
That's
can be
very
really uncomfortable.
painful.
Yeah,
that's
believe
probably
me,
the solution
going
right there.
deep is overrated.
Just knock the hell out of the sides.
No, I hear for the lady that actually it is overrated. I mean, as far as if you did more teasing around the opening, then you would. I mean, that's.
Well, that's the big misunderstanding for guys. It's the opening is where the guy's focus is, but that's not where we feel all our sensation, because there's not a lot of nerve endings there.
But not on the cervix either.
No,
you have a lot of
not
cervix nerve endings? All right, I thought it was painful.
No, that's painful.
It's
if it's too
ouchie.
hard. Yeah, so don't go so far. And also, if this continues after you try that, you might want to have her go check with her doctor.
Yeah.
Because that doesn't sound like
Chris,
good
easy.
thing.
Is she very?
Gentle.
Is she just a tiny girl? Are you a big guy and you're dating a very, very small woman?
No, she's about medium size. I'm a bigger guy.
Everything's average. She's medium size. She's 7'2". Okay, thank you, Chris. Let's see.
Go easy on her.
Yep.
But you brought in some toys because it is May's National Self-Pleasure Month.
That's right.
So you brought in both for male and female?
Yes. So that's for you. That's called the head honcho.
Yes.
Check
Look at
that out.
3 suction cavities.
It looks like you're going to be able to celebrate
Tight and stretchy.
National Self-Pleasure Month.
There's a ton of men's toys today that people don't even realize.
I'm glad they finally started looking into that because the women's toys were everywhere. And guys.
Because you were you were making yours at home.
Yeah, I had to use like a tennis ball can filled with raw liver.
Yeah.
He was doing the hot apple pie. Yeah, we know.
Too hot, too hot, too hot.
Too hot.
Blow on it. Let's see this thing. What do you got going on?
Oh, you want to see this?
Well,
I
yeah,
never
I'm just
want to
curious.
open it up. See, it's
Okay.
There's like the opening, so you can get a little visual
He wants to
action
keep
on
it
that.
clean for later. That's
Hell
so
yeah.
cute.
For later.
You don't want to open it.
Sanitized.
My lady's all clean and showered. I'm gonna take her out tonight. Hey, we want to go Chili's?
I have a coupon.
If I go to Chili's, it's almost guaranteed sex.
Oh, God.
Even with this. What do you got, Heidi? What do you got over there?
I have
That's the kit that we have. It's the
Tickle Your Fancy, a woman's guide to sexual self-pleasure.
self-pleasure kit. Comes with a little bit of everything.
A little bit of everything, yeah.
The Tickle Your Fancy book is a guide to self-pleasure for women. It was actually my very first book.
You know,
And-
we have a producer who has never pleasured herself.
Really?
That's bizarre, right?
Yeah, where is Sandy?
She has never, and I'm like, even if you're having a lot of sex, she's a beautiful girl. She has a boyfriend. She can get it anytime
Well,
she wants.
what is the psychology of that?
Well, there's about 10 to 15% of women that don't because they don't know how.
So that's why they need this guy.
And it could be because it's not intuitive for women like it is for guys.
Oh,
you
come
go outside, the
on.
wind blows, you're ready to go anytime,
Right.
anywhere, right? For women, our anatomy goes inward. There's several different parts. It has to become aroused with blood flow. There's a lot more to know. And unfortunately, women grow up with negative sexual messaging,
That is
whether
true.
it was religion or your parents.
So put your daughter in Catholic school. Great job, Sadie.
I think she'll probably balance that out.
Don't worry about her. She's a little more interested than she should be, I tell you.
But that's what I was thinking about
but yeah.
with at a certain age. I mean, you get your natural sex drive, your hormones start going as ladies. So wouldn't you? Does self-discovery, doesn't that just happen?
No. A lot of women have never even looked at themselves down there.
What?
Yes.
It's
I
true.
wouldn't stop looking at myself. I'd have mirrors on my shoes. I'd be like, look at that. Wear nothing but skirts everywhere. Walk pigeon-toed.
If you're like, Frank, try to get your attention. Stop. He's
Sorry,
looking at
I'm
his
looking
vagina.
at my vagina. Look at that thing. I'm checking it out.
What a beautiful flower.
So you're suggesting every woman has a handheld mirror or puts a mirror on the ground?
Absolutely. Check it out. Take a look at it. Explore your parts. Understand. Because there's the labia. There's the inner labia. You've got the pleasure spot. And it's the pleasure spot that has 8,000 nerve endings. And that's where we need all the focus.
Aren't we even more sensitive than the tip of a man's manhood?
They have 5,000. We have 8,000.
Look at that. Hogs always taking a little bit more of our nerve endings. Now, isn't there someplace else in there where do you have a book on the Gspot? Is that the Loch Ness Monster of all organs?
That's covered in almost all the books. And there's a whole chapter in the Ride 'em Cowgirl book on positions
Oh, yeah.
for angling to the G-spot. And what's great about this book is it's not only just 100 different position ideas, but what do you do in these positions to be a good lover?
Right.
Because you've heard a guy say, oh, this girl rocked my world, but this girl was a dead fish.
Yeah.
And I always wanted to know, well, what did she do so differently when you were both in missionary position that made it so great? Well, it's all the little things that you do.
Well, it seems like kind of the position the Snug Smuggler is really like letting her off the hook on doing anything. I'm telling you.
Let's
that.
see. Point to the smug snuggler.
The Snug Smuggler right there.
Oh.
That's
They all look good to me.
they do look good.
Okay, it's getting hot in here. I came to the right place this morning.
It is getting hot in here. So what's your favorite position?
I love missionary. I love the
Old school, huh?
Contact, kissing, eye contact, intimacy. Those are part of the things that make it that much better.
I agree. I like
Missionary?
I like the kissing part of it because I know with the styles that you like, Frank. There's no kissing. You can't. It's physically impossible.
What position's that?
Lady Godiva. Oh yeah, right there. That's mine right there.
Oh yeah, the
Lady.
reverse reverse cowgirl.
Oh, my
Because men
God.
are so visual. He likes looking at the
Oh,
behind.
you've completely lost him now,
Very
Sadie.
nice. Look at this. Whoever drew this is an amazing artist. I got to get some.
Yeah,
of
he's
his,
awesome.
Some of his work for my walls at home.
Put him up in the bedroom. Maybe you'll be inspired.
What about the back door? Real thing or fake?
Is that real?
The back door.
The anal O's.
Oh, yeah. No,
Yeah.
that's real.
I
That's
know it's real for a guy.
I mean, you can tell what you're having at any moment. It's like, oh, that's an anal O.
Yeah, it's different. Not everybody can. It's a little more challenging. But what's great for men is you have an orgasm trigger inside the prostate, which can just be touched in the right way.
Just use your finger right now, and if you were touching one the right way, what would it do? That's the right way.
Pressure.
The old come here.
Yep, come here, just like the Gspot actually.
But not like,
and it's in
not
the
like
same
hurry
place.
up and get over here. Not like this.
It's
more like
Come to
it's
me.
more like the rolling motion, like come here.
Yep.
Soft.
Yep, gentle.
You ever do the come here? Come here, you. This way.
Everybody.
He's using his whole arm. But remember, and this is where communication comes in to say softer, faster, harder, higher, lower.
Just talk.
So that's you'll learn so
Everybody's
much more.
doing it, so don't be bashful.
I think that's the hardest thing.
Don't hold yourself back on pleasure.
I always feel like if you're telling, moving a hand, I always feel like that's me saying you're not good at what you're doing right now. So I have a hard time with that too, I think. I'm like, if you're doing something, but I'm like, no, I want you over here.
They think they're doing something good. And
then I'm like,
I don't know.
I always feel a little shy about
Yeah.
saying, move over here. This isn't working for me.
That's challenging because everyone has feelings and then guys have egos.
Right.
And so you got to be real sensitive about it and in your tone. And the other person has to just be open to want to know because there are a lot of men that want to please their women and that's what gets them excited and gets them off. So tell them.
That's why I never
guide
understood
them.
about faking the orgasm if you're a woman, because then it's like next time around he's going to do the exact same
Yeah,
thing.
and you're faking
he's
it
like, it
forever.
worked last time. You're like, no, it really didn't, but I lied and said it did. And now you're never going to get there because.
Yeah, I have never faked an orgasm.
Me either. Ever.
No?
Never once.
Yeah, I'm not that nice.
No.
It's like, I didn't have one.
Are you an easy achiever, or do they have to put in the work?
I am an easy achiever. So some guys got it and didn't deserve it.
Yeah.
I'm like, I practically did that on my own.
Hell,
Heidi knows what I'm talking about.
So true.
I got
Like,
a
all right,
pack.
you can have all the credit. You work so hard.
I got pack bags. I think I used to juggle plates once. I mean, seriously. It's like, okay,
putting work in, you mean?
Oh my God, seriously, it's a haul.
Have you met women that have never had one?
Oh, yeah.
That I don't understand either.
Yeah. Well, it's just opening up. A lot of women have too much baggage going on. They can't relax. They're thinking about the laundry and going
themselves
to
go.
work. Yeah.
Oh, I feel sorry for them.
And they feel so pressured. Sometimes just don't focus on the end result and just have a good time and work up to it.
About
And
the
and
journey.
the men too have to understand a woman's body better. Because they're like fumbling in the dark. He might be trying all night long and pounding away, and that's not what's going to get us there. So
Yeah.
it's really the big disconnect in two people understanding how the bodies work.
Would you want that? Would you be challenged by girls like, I've never had one? Would you want to be that guy?
Oh, I
that's-
was that guy once. And she said I never had one, and I worked my ass off, and she still didn't have one. I was like, "Ugh, you're just never gonna have one then. I hate to break it to you,
if
but
you
if you didn't
couldn't,
have
then no
one,
one will.
if you didn't have one then, you're never gonna have one. You need to go to
'Cause
a
you did-
doctor.
you did all
you
your
were born
tricks.
without certain things or something. I don't know. You got to curse. You got to go get the burn the sage over you or something like that.
Yeah, she needs to be
You gotta
smudged.
you gotta get the demons out. I tried to smudge the hell out of her. I couldn't get her to go.
That's why it's so important that women are able to do it themselves.
Yep.
Because it's really not fair to expect a guy to figure out your body if you don't even know yourself.
No, that's a good point.
And once you know, then you can guide him and show him and put his hand where it needs to be and show him how gently he needs to touch.
All right, so during the break, we're all going to pleasure ourselves because
Okay.
it is May Pleasure Month.
Okay.
So for the
All right.
it's good to be a VIP. You can actually watch this happen during the break. But Dr. Sadie, thank you so much for coming in. Follow her on Twitter at Dr. Sadie, and then she has her website, drsadie.com, and go to also the website Tickle Kitty.
We've got the free book giveaway.
That's at ticklekitty.com. The free book
Yeah.
giveaway.
Any of these books we're talking about.
Oh, you got to
anyone
get
can
these
go.
books. They're fascinating
so-
to
They're
look
free
at.
right now.
So they can pick if they want Ride 'em Cowgirl. They can go send me Ride 'em Cowgirl. It's
Yep.
not just get a random book. in the
No,
mail.
they can pick
Tickle
which
is
one.
pickle.
That's the most
Tickle
popular
is
one.
pickle.
Woo.
Wait till you see these pictures.
Oh
You
yeah,
should
I better look at that one.
And then Toygasms and Tickle Your Fancy.
Oh my God.
They're all good. The pictures
It's going
are
to be
great.
a hell of a month of May for me. Yeah. Thank you, Dr. Sadie, for coming
Thank
in.
you. You guys are a lot of fun. Thanks for having
We're
me.
going to come right back. We're Heidi and Frank.
That was just a little sample of the Heidi and Frank Show on 95.5 KLOS. Now, to get the show in its entirety, on demand, and if you want to watch the show, we webcast it every day, all you have to do is go to HeidiandFrank.com and become a premium package member. Do it right now.